one meal a day is not suffering. As an adult, eating only one meal a day can help you thrive, but that depends on what you put on your plate. Welcome to Healing Eve with Dr. Obi Ide. And if you're new here, you know what to do. Subscribe, like, and share.
You are loved. You are unique. You are enough. Welcome to this healing journey where we first understand the unique design of the unique individual that you are. Health is universally defined as the state of complete physical, mental, and social well being, and not just the absence of disease or infirmity. But how exactly are we sure of what physical, mental, and social well being entails? This depends on the knowledge you have, which of course depends on what you were told and what goals you were encouraged to set for yourself. Now, the body of knowledge around human health has been ongoing for hundreds of years. How are you sure that what you know is true? I know, yes, you doctors, you're always telling us one thing and then changing it, and before we know it, we're all confused. Forgive us. It's not our fault. We were handed a system when we landed in our medical schools with wide eyes, very excited. But we all have to take a healing journey to figure out what is truth, what are half truths, and what are outright lies about what is human health. So, welcome to Healing Eve, a platform where we dispel myths, we go down rabbit holes, and we focus on finding those sweet spots for your unique best life. Come join the journey. Let's start with the body. As a gynecologist, US trained, I will use myself first as an example of just how health is determined by what you know. In truth, in full, or in part. I had a child and then I had a miscarriage. After the miscarriage, I was unable to conceive for a full year. As a practicing gynecologist, it took the intervention of technologists to insert knowledge that I didn't have to help me conceive naturally 6 months later. What are the things that you don't know, that you don't know, that you don't know? That's why we're here. Let's take food. Did you know that food does not have to nourish you to be food? We take it for granted that food is meant to nourish the body. But when you go into the supermarket and you see all the tins and powders and purees, many of the ingredients in those contraptions are actually toxic for you. Food is one of the biggest toxins, unfortunately, that we have to deal with that is adversely affecting our health, impacting our health negatively. But there are a whole slew of other toxins. Shout out to the Truth Contract, a beautiful podcast hosted by David Carter, for the beautiful diagram on toxins that we will be talking about in the coming series of Healing Eve. We have a lot to learn, unlearn, and relearn about our bodies. And I'm very excited that we'll be taking this journey. So, to give you a little bit of a background on natural procreative technology, which I mentioned earlier, the human female body is a work of art. And unfortunately, conventional obstetrics and gynecology gives women a little bit of a population type summary of who they are. Every woman is not the same from one day to the next in the course of her menstrual cycle. And even though we tend to say, oh, I have a 28-day cycle, I have a 26-day cycle, every cycle is completely unique in terms of just the levels of the hormones and the dance between the hormones and the organs of the woman responding to those hormones. Now, there's a language by which every woman can be completely sure of what is happening in her body. And that language has been captured and standardized by the Creighton Model Fertility Care System. This system was developed in Creighton in Nebraska, and natural procreative technologists using the observations of the woman are now able to treat that unique woman. Glorious. You are not a statistic. You are not a number. You're not part of the Gaussian curve. Oh, well, most women fall into this and there are some outliers. No, 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 no. If you learn the biomarkers of your own body, you are completely sure of where you are at every moment of every menstrual cycle. And the NAPRA technologists can use that information to test and treat you with your cycle in the time that is best for you. Working with your body to help you gain the best from the treatments, from the tests. It's just delicious. So let's move to mental. Did you know that we use more of our subconscious mind most of the time that we are making decisions than we do our conscious mind? Hidden in our subconscious are many, many cyclical reflexes that actually do not serve us very well as we grow older. Our emotional brains have, by our childhood, our education, gotten stuck with coping mechanisms that are actually detrimental to our thriving. And because it's in the subconscious, we don't understand why we seem to repeat behaviors that really are negative, don't give us the results we want, make us unhappy. That mental healing is a critical part of what a healing journey to mental well-being is about. A lot of us we think of the word therapy and we say, oh, that thing that Igbo people do, right? As long as there is a behavior that is not serving your well-being currently, you have work to do on your subconscious. You have to go back, you have to reflect to be able to find out what are the triggers that are setting you up, making you take decisions that are actually opposite to what you want to achieve in your life. There's so many things that are hidden in the beautiful minds that we were given. And mental well-being cannot be said to be ours if we're not on that journey. Are you journaling? Are you learning to look back at a day, accept what went right, what went wrong, and reframe? These are mental habits that help us to evolve to become the very best version of ourselves. And not necessarily all of us are doing these mentally health improving habits. We haven't developed them. So we need to look and see just how we can improve on our mental health using these critical habits. Finally, we all live life in community. Nobody lives life alone and thrives, which is the reason why social well being is a critical part of health. Stress is common to all human beings. Your support system, or the lack of it, determines whether or not you thrive through the stresses, the crises that life throws at you. Having the partner to exercise with, having that person that you can unburden yourself to, having a way and a place to meditate. These are all ways in which one is socially healthy. Family, friends, co-workers, our interactions with each other can either build or destroy our health. Learning skills, the skills of communication, skills of conflict resolution, these are necessary parts of social well-being that help us to live long, productive, thriving lives. We have to be able to recognize places, people that do not advance our well-being and know how to mitigate those stressors.
This is where we end today's episode of Healing Eve. Remember, like, share, subscribe. And as always, you are loved, you are unique, you are enough.